everyone, welcome or welcome back to Prosper India. This is me Vanshika, your host and news analyst, bringing you the latest updates with clear, sharp, and deep analysis. Seven of the world's richest democracies control nearly 43% of the global GDP, and despite representing only about 10% of the world's population, they don't sign the binding treaties, they don't pass laws. But the decisions made at the G7 often shape the global trade rules, technology standards, and even the geopolitical alignments. And here's the twist, India is not a G7 member, yet it was invited again in 2026. So, why is India becoming central to this elite group? And what did 2026 G7 summit actually change for India? Let's break it down. The 2026 G7 summit in Evian, France brought together the United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Canada, Italy, and Japan. The summit focused on five key global priorities: the artificial intelligence governance, critical mineral supply chains, economic security, climate and clean energy transitions, geopolitical conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. The major theme was de-risking the global supply chains, especially reducing the over-dependence on single-country manufacturing hubs. This is directly linked to ongoing global effort to diversify from China in strategic sectors like electronics and semiconductors. And this is exactly where India enters the global equations. Let's start with the scale that the G7 economies will dominate the global finances, but the growth is slowing, averaging it to below 2% annually according to IMF projections. Meanwhile, India is projected to grow around 6.5% in 2026, making it the fastest growing major economy in the world. That growth gap is reshaping the global strategy. India today is the most populous country in the world, which has the population of 1.4 plus billion people, projected to become the third largest economy globally by the end of this decade. And another key driver is the China Plus One strategy. The global companies are diversifying the manufacturing beyond China due to geopolitical risk and supply chain shocks. Major firms in electronics manufacturing are already expanding the production in India. To support this, India has launched production linked incentives, which is PLI schemes worth 1.97 lakh crores across the sectors like electronics, batteries, and semiconductors. At the same time, India has already become a key node in global trade networks with the US India trade crossing that is nearly about 190 plus US dollar billion annually. Another major discussions at G7 was AI governance and digital regulations. India's digital ecosystem powered by UPI, Aadhaar and DigiLocker is now seen as one of the largest real-world digital public infrastructure models globally. Now the question is that what it means for India's foreign policy. Perhaps the biggest shift is not economic, but it is strategic. India is now one of the very few countries that simultaneously engages with the United States and Europe, their G7 partners, Russia, the one who has energy and defense ties, Japan and Australia, the Quad Cooperation, China, which is BRICS and SCO engagement, and the last one is the Gulf countries, which has the energy and investment ties. This is called multi-alignment diplomacy and it gives India the rare strategic flexibility. At the G7, India also pushed the key global South priorities, which includes the climate finance reforms, food security, energy transition fairness, and the reform of global financial institutions. This position in India is not just as participant but as a bridge between the developed and the developing worlds. So did India get a direct financial package from G7? But the answer to this question is no. So what did they get? But what it gained is arguably more powerful. Stronger trade alignment with diverse and advanced economies, faster integration into the global supply chain shifts and a greater influence in AI and tech governance, and rising recognition as a systematic global power. In today's world, influence is not just about military strength or GDP size. It's about who gets invited to shape the global rules. And India repeatedly presents at G7 signals one clear message that India is no longer on the sidelines of global decision making. It is becoming the part of core conversations. If you like this geopolitical analysis, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.